Yo, what is up, guys? ShinobiEevee here back again on another video for you guys. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we are here back again with some more Honkai Star Rail. Now, of course, as you already know, 1.2 is out. I've already done the quest. I live streamed and I even did an edit. I cut it up the content and then posted that. But there has been some drama going on, as you can see on my screen right now, with people actually being a little bit disappointed or salty, I guess. I don't know what it is. With the fact that the content was only like 2.5 hours. It was 3 hours for me, but that's because I was messing around a little bit. But people are, a little bit mad at the fact that the quest was so short. And I want to talk about that because me personally, and we can go look through the comments, this whole thing that we got, this last patch that we got, as far as the main quest goes, looked like a movie and it felt like I was playing through a movie. And what I don't think people understand is that we want, or at least I want, or I feel like a lot of people anyways, would want more quality over quantity. Because that's one thing that, in my opinion, Genshin has a problem with its events. Is they go for more they kind of like reduce the quality, but they go for more quantity. So like a lot of useless text and everything like that. Stuff that people, you're just clicking through it essentially. Whereas with Honkai Star Rail, like damn near everything as far as the story you want to be engaged in. Like there wasn't one moment in Honkai Star Rail, at least so far with the story, where I'm just sitting here trying to click through it because it's dragging out too long. And I feel like for some reason, I don't know what it is. It's like they expect it. I don't know. Me personally, like I don't know if they expected the quest to be a little bit longer or anything like that. Because y'all at the same time, y'all gotta think about the fact that Hoyoverse has 3 games they're working on at the moment, and on top of that, 4.0 for Genshin is coming up. So it's like they got 3 different games they gotta work on, and only so much manpower for each game. And considering what we got for our second patch for 1.2, I think they did get a gem. It didn't feel like it was dragging out too much. It went straight to the point. I was engaged the whole entire time. I feel like a lot of people can say that they were engaged a lot the whole entire time. There wasn't moments where they're like just clicking through it just for the sake of clicking through it, because it didn't drag on. It was nice. I felt like it was a perfect. I felt like it was a perfect length for what they had going on. I feel like it was a perfect length, and I wouldn't want to have it any other way. Because me personally, I rather have quality over quantity. I rather have a short but really, really good story quest than have a really long, drawn-out story quest. I don't know if anybody else remembers the R&R quest from Genshin. I played through it recently, and it was like, I forgot how long it was, bro. But, like, not only was it not voice acted, it was just, like, it just dragged out so long. I went from being really interested in the lore to being, like I was just clicking through it. I was really just clicking through it. And I feel like that's one thing that Genshin has a problem with is they have a lot of content in their game, but a lot of it is just a lot of fluff and a lot of filler. Like there's a lot of useless stuff going on. And they even did that in some of the other patches, like the whole, blacksmith quest and, obviously the R&R quest. And then even the most recent quest when they were talking about the portal that had showed up recently, there was a lot of just useless text that just ended up happening. The quest was really good, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed it, especially since we got more Conria content. That was really nice for me because I'm really obsessed with Conria and I want to see more. And hopefully we can get some more hints about what happened during the Cataclysm with obviously Fontaine coming out. Because we all know the Hydro Archon got killed during that war. But, yeah, no. Even though the quest was good, it's like a lot of these quests that we're getting, it's like a lot of filler content, a lot of content that just doesn't need to be there versus Honkai Star Rail where, damn, like I'm engaged the whole entire time. And that's not even to say that Genshin's story is bad because they've had some good stories recently. In fact, Nahida's quest was really good. I really enjoyed riding Shoguns especially, right? So that was good. Sumeru in general just has been a lot of good stuff as far as lore and everything like that. But other than that, it's just been a lot of filler. Like, they got the story, they got it there, but then they drag it out too much. Versus Honkai Star Rail, where you have the story, and they have it in such a way to where you're engaged the whole time. There's not, like, any moment where you're kind of just like, oh, let me just click through this while I'm talking to chat if you're a streamer, or let me just click through it, while I'm, like, doing something else. Like, you want to be engaged with the Honkai Star Rail story, and I feel like that's a trend that they're doing really good on. I feel like With me personally, they need to continue doing what they're doing. Give us more quality over more quantity. Give us a good story versus dragging it out with useless text and then just having you like just making it to where a player is like not really interested in it. So that's just me. But let's go ahead and take a look at some of the comments and see what everybody else thinks. Because me personally, I feel like a lot of people would rather have quality over quantity. Let's go ahead and check this out though. My thoughts story was good. Not enough Blade and Kafka screen time. I mean, yeah, I could definitely say Blade and Kafka didn't get on screen time though. The Blade, man, they went in with that Dong Hung fight, man. They went absolutely crazy with that fight. Dong Hung versus it was like a three-way fight going. It was like it was crazy. It was crazy. It's like, bro, you had Blade, you had my boy Yang Ching, you had Dong Hung's transformation. It was absolutely nuts. The issue with Star Rail is the same issue with Genshin. Lack of endgame will probably feel much worse if 1.3 is just another break patch. I don't see. Wait. So, first of all, and not to call this guy out, but me personally, the endgame is cooking. We got simulated universe. We now got another update to basically what is the Abyss version of. It's like we got an Abyss basically, but it's not like Genshin's Abyss. It's basically different. So we got that. We got a lot of endgame. I don't know where the lack of endgame is because if anything, we got two different forms of endgame in freaking Honkai. So I don't know where the lack of endgame is coming from, but yeah, no, I don't know about that. Anyway, moving on down here. Is this about the story? Because it was perfect for me. Rather have a short. This is it right here. This is it. This is about story. Perfect. Literally, I'd rather have a shorter but quality story quest like what we got with the long, like what we just got than a long quest that just drags with unnecessary dialogue and NPC requests. Literally, that's literally what I'm trying to say here. I'd rather have a shorter but quality story quest. It doesn't even have to be short either. I just rather have quality over quantity. Don't have any unnecessary dialogue or just random NPC stuff. Don't do that. What they are doing so far with the story so far is like they're just going straight to the point. No, not unnecessary stuff. And that's not even the shit on Genshin, but they do that a lot in Genshin where they got these huge story quests, but a lot of unnecessary fluff that doesn't need to be there. That it's just the stuff you want to just be clicking through. You just be just doing that. You be clicking right through it. You don't even be paying attention. Versus with Honkai Star Rail, I was engaged the whole time. There wasn't one moment where I was out here trying to skip the text. There was nothing because it was all important. It was all it kept me engaged. It's the engagement. So this comment right here is basically about it. Let's go ahead and check out what else we got down here. Read all the comments. I understand a person could have a full-time job and other hobbies and still think it was too short like me and saying, oh, go play something else is silly. Can we finally stop comparing Honkai Star Rail to Genshin Impact? They're two completely different games. And that's another thing. Like, the people complaining about the fact that the story quest is too damn short are the people that went and just blazed right through it, where they just got the time to be able to sit around and play the game, and they don't play anything else probably. That's not the norm. That's not the normal person playing this game. The normal person playing this game probably only is able to hop on here for for 32 minutes to an hour at most. And then they got to get off because they either got work, they got kids, school. Like, that's basically it. In fact, the only reason I was even able to blaze through the whole entire game at once is because I got off work, and as soon as I got home, I just went right through it because I like to make content on the Honkai Star Rail game. But for somebody who's not a content creator or somebody who got a lot going on, they're not going to be finished with this story. I know people right now that are on stream, on Twitch right now, and they're still playing through the game. They're still playing through the new story because they didn't have the time to just blaze right through it. So this whole complaint about the story being short makes no sense because the normal person isn't going to blaze right through this, especially if they have other games besides Honkai Star Rail. Like for me, I got Honkai Star Rail, I got Bleach Brave Souls, I got Epic 7, I got Sword Art Online. Like I got 4 different games that I play currently right now. And then on top of that, I got Pokemon Unite because I still play that game. I don't know if you see my streams, but I play that game as well. And I play that game a lot. I was just playing it last night. I didn't stream it, but I played that game last night, made it to Ultra Class 2. I got a lot of different games other than Honkai Star Rail that I don't play. And that's I don't know if you've seen my level recently, but I'm only level 55. I'm behind a lot. I'm not like the normal person playing the game where they're just on and off. I played a little bit more, probably more than the normal person, but like as far as just on the game all the time, I'm not on it all the time. So I can't just blaze right through it. I can't blaze right through it. Anyway, let's move on here. I'm busy and I play this on the side of Valorant, so 2.5 hours on top of dailies and weeklies. And Trailblazer power is almost overwhelming for me personally, not to mention the time figuring out how to build and invest in characters. I think patches. That's another thing, too. It's like, other than just playing the game, and like I said earlier, people have other games they play outside of this. I mean, some games take more time than others. It's like, you gotta build your characters, because this quest isn't easy. Like, you can't just be running in there with level 50s and everything. At max, you need level 70s. At max, if you want to get through there without getting absolutely blasted. I know there was somebody I watched a couple, like literally 2 nights ago, who was playing through the main story. Me personally, if you watch my stream, I cleared it on my first try. Not to brag, but I cleared the whole entire thing on my first try, no issues. Well, I wouldn't even say no issues. It was a little bit tough, but my boy, came through. And then on top of that, I went with a full electric chain. I had Ting Young, I had Bailu, I had, of course, Jing Won because he had to throw him on their team. And then, of course, I used the Trailblazer, who I got to level 70. So I didn't have that much of an issue. In fact, we were clearing pretty handily. But for the most people who don't grind this game every day, they still got to get their characters up, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people weren't expecting the level cap to be just raised out of nowhere, like to level 69 or 63. I forgot what level the enemies were, but like, and then on top of that, the boss alone, the boss was pretty tough. I'm not gonna lie, the boss was tough, but it's like, outside of all the other games out there playing, it's like, there you go. There's that. Haven't touched it yet. Valid complaint. Museum event was too long, but 2.5 is the main story content. If it's true, it was way too short to be the focus of the entire patches update. Preferred it to be included in 1.0 and no new story now. Oh, okay. I mean, it is. I don't know. Me personally, I only think it's valid for people who blaze right through it. For people who have other games to play, for people who have jobs, who can't be playing on this game all the time and have other stuff to do, I feel like that this is not really a valid complaint, because once again, majority of the Honkai Star Rail base isn't playing this every day, all day, 365, all, you're not on it all the time, so they got other stuff. So once again, that just there. Taking it on a slow pace, considering the farming, upgrading other characters, leveling up, depends, but given they work the story, script, details, visual, music, it should have been given their best. That's what I'm saying. It's like quality over quantity. Quality over quantity, man. And let's keep it over here. It's literally perfect, honestly. If people want more and overwhelming content, they could just play Genshin. I barely have time to juggle my life and these games that the updates so frequently. Yeah, there you go. It's like people got. I don't know. I'm just at this point regurgitating the same points I made in the very beginning. At this point, this is like playing through a movie for me. I absolutely loved it compared to feeling like I was grinding through overbladed quests and not fun stuff in Genshin. Look up the R&R quest. It wasn't voiced. 12 plus hours of dread. Star Wars at 11 out of 10 because better than most movies. I mean, this comment said it all right here. Like I literally just said it earlier. The R&R quest literally wasn't voiced. 12 hours of just nothing. You just clicking through it. This comment says, they got away with this with Genshin. I quit, came back around Leeway because it was boring for a while. But it's weird that Star Rail dropped and did not have a lot of content. The only thing keeping me mildly interested is farming for Kafka rolls. I mean, that's fair. For myself, I'm super busy right now. 2 jobs, grad school, so I haven't had much time to play. And I just got to the low food and met Tin Young. Whether or not you're happy with the amount of content is depending on how much free time you have and how much you've completed. And I think this sums it up right here. I think this comment right here sums it up a lot. It really depends on player to player and how much time you got to grind the game. That's basically it in a nutshell. Not everybody has the time to be able to just blow through the whole entire quest in 2 to 3 hours, especially if they got, jobs. How some of these people are in school, other games out there playing. Like, it all comes down to that. Me personally, I'm just gonna state my final opinion here. Story was perfect. We could have got a little bit longer story, but at the same time, quality over quantity. I'd rather take what we got than to have a really, really long and bloated out quest with a lot of just content that nobody cares about, where you're just clicking through it. I'd rather just take that. But without further ado, that's pretty much going to be it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, I mean, this is an opinion at the end of the day, so no shitting on whoever made this. I guess this is a Reddit post. stay positive and everything like that. But at the same time, I feel like some people are really trying to just glaze in. You can't expect, especially since Honkai Star Rail is a whole different game from Genshin. You can't expect Genshin and Honkai Star Rail stuff to be exactly the same. It's just not. It's not even logical to be doing that. But without further ado, I'm gonna get out of here. ShinobiEevee sign off. I want to know what you guys think of this quest, and I'm out of here. Peace.